afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express. My name is Jeannie D.
And I'm Bonnie. Really welcome indeed. Today is such an exciting show.
I know.
You're going to get to see all your favorite child stars growing up. First up, we chat to Julisan Ra, who marks 20 years in broadcasting this year. And she's also of Yo TV fame. I nearly said Yo Star fame. Yo TV fame. And we also chat to vivacious presenter Ayanda Makueni, who presents Hectic 99. He's been presenting it for 10 years now.
And along with our trip down memory lane, we also chat to Kanyam Kanga, who's live in our loft as well today. It's going to be amazing. I love going back in time.
I know,
Who was your
too.
favorite child star or like show when you were growing up?
The Cosbys, and then in South Africa, me.
I love that. You're also my favorite child star. Now you're just my favorite childish star. And we're matching. And of course, social media today. We've got a whole lot happening.
Absolutely. And our social media question for the day is, what do you love most about your favorite TV shows growing up?
Yeah, exactly.
What was your favorite TV show growing up?
Rabubi.
Rabubi.
Rabubi. Rabubi. That was definitely my favorite.
I loved Shira. Shira was like...
Oh, I loved
Shira.
Yes. Loved Shira. Loved Pumpkin Patch.
Oh,
Kiddo.
I don't know.
Loved those things. I wonder what Danilo's favorite show was.
I don't know why we're even doing throwbacks. I was one of those child stars. I only knew children's television while I was on children's television. But I think that Clem, obviously one of my favorite ones of all time was, what's that? The Xena the Warrior Princess or something. She was great. And the Power Rangers were great. And like Courage the Cowardly Dog, the creepiest show in the world, but that's also part of my childhood. Scandark, what's his name?
Cat Dog.
No, man, with the Dee Dee. Dee Dee would do her thing and she would don't touch the button.
Oh, Dexter.
Dexter's Laboratory, yes. That's one of my favorite shows of all time as a youngster. Good afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to the show. My name is Danilo Acquisto, and the food is going to be incredible on the show today. Clem is not only in the loft with us, we've got another chef with us, but what are you making?
A beautiful stone fruit crumble.
Oh, yummy.
It's something so easy, and I feel like a lot of people get a bit like overwhelmed with the word crumble because they think there's a massive science to it. It's so easy. I'm going to show you all how to put it together today.
And you know what? Even though we're making desserts on the show today, we're doing a throwback on a Tuesday, so it doesn't make sense anyway. Let's just do desserts. And if you want to get the details for this recipe, you can SMS the keyword fruit to 33650. Remember, those SMSs are charged at R1.50, and your free SMSs do not apply. So this is coming up on the show today, plus a familiar face that has been on our show a couple of times, and I haven't seen her in a while, Miss Sonia Edridge. How are you?
Hello, nice to see you.
Likewise, good to have you in the loft. Thank you very much. It was
fair enough.
I've been told that this aqua is my new colour.
For the trendy season.
Yep. So what are we making on your side of the kitchen today?
We're making caramel, but with a bit of miso.
Oh, so you're going to show people how to make a miso caramel.
Yeah.
That sounds so yummy, because caramel I always buy in the can, eat it with a teaspoon. That's me. So if you guys want to learn how to make your own caramel with a little bit of miso thrown in there, all you have to do is SMS the keyword salati. You have to SMS the keyword salati to 33650. Remember, that SMS also will cost you R1.50, and those free SMSs don't apply. Loads of desserts happen on the show, and it's going to get sweeter on the couch too.
Kanyam Kanga burst onto the entertainment scene more than 10 years ago as a Yo TV presenter, and her career only took off from there. Over the years, she starred in The Lab on SABC3, Zone 14, the hit drama series, and now she struts her stuff as Apiwe on Isidingo. Welcome to the loft.
Thank you for having me. You guys look so good. And
Finally,
you look gorgeous.
Finally, what took so long?
I know, because you are, and Buddy and I were saying, our favourite person to run into at an event.
Yeah,
Do not say that to everyone.
No, we
don't.
actually have never told that to anybody.
No, I've actually been going on. I've been saying, when is Kanya coming to the show? She's our favourite. How are you doing?
I'm so excited. I'm good,
You
guys.
look gorgeous.
Oh, the sweetest. You're always dressed so well, and those shoes are gorgeous. Okay, but Kanya's got a size 2 shoe.
You're a size 2 shoe.
Yeah, no,
I've got to
believe me.
measure. That means your foot is the size of my hand.
Pretty much. There's actually lots of space here.
But
but yeah,
goodness, you are my
I have the smallest feet ever.
Wow. So you burst onto the entertainment scene at a really young age. How did your first big break happen? Where did they find you?
Okay, so I went through a public audition. It was called the Spotlighter Quest for Fame. So the ultimate prize was to be a Yo TV presenter.
Yeah.
So there were over 3,000 kids who auditioned, and yeah, I won the competition.
And how old were you during
I
that
was
audition?
15, so I was still in high school.
And did you know, like I knew my whole life that this is what I wanted to do. you?
I actually didn't. I was so shy growing up. I was in boarding school. I used to cry when they used to sing Happy Birthday to me. I was always shy.
Yeah.
When I told my mom I wanted to go audition, she was like, really?
I can totally relate to
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
I've always been
would-
shy. I still am.
I'd want to cry whenever more than 3 kids were looking at me
Yeah.
at the same time.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you staring at? So, yeah.
This is another show.
Right?
Like how to boost your confidence.
Yeah, no, but now we're good.
And,
Okay, Bon?
then, yeah, we're
Yeah, no, we're
absolutely
good.
fine now. And then you went on to acting, right?
Yes.
From presenting after a while. And did you feel like you had to do a lot of work proving yourself as an actress? And were people judging your decision to cross over to acting?
It was so hard. I remember my first acting audition. I didn't get it, and I thought I was really good. And I remember going to my agent at the
Didn't
time.
you hate that feeling?
Yeah,
You're
when
like,
you...
but
And with all the presenting
But it was
gigs
so
after
good.
Yo TV, where I didn't do really well, I'd get. So I was
Right.
like, what is it with acting? What am I not getting right? So my agent at the time was like, this is actually a lot of work. People don't just go in and recite dialogue and yeah. So then I went to an acting coach, so I worked on it, and yeah, then I started booking the roles.
Wow, what was your most memorable role? I loved The Lab, by the way.
Yes,
One of my
that was
favorite
actually my
TV
first,
series.
yeah,
Was it?
and I acted alongside Nambi Tampumrana, who's like a star, so I was very starstruck, and I actually learned a lot from her on set. I've actually worked with a lot of like legends in our industry, Jet Novuka also, yeah, quite a couple.
amazing.
But I'd say a role that really has stood out was me on Rockville. As Cleopatra. So I start off as a girl fresh out of the Eastern Cape, very rural, with my cornrows, and then I get to Joburg and it's the big bad world, and I'm just like, whoa. So I had to fend for myself, and then so we see Nolita transform to Cleopatra. Then I became Cleopatra. So that was fun.
Do you think your transition from TV into acting was maybe a little bit easier because you understood what it was like being on set? Or do you think that you had to prove yourself extra hard?
I definitely had to prove myself extra hard because everyone was like, oh, that Yo TV. Every single role was like, oh, you're still the Yo TV girl. Even if I did get a part where I'm in school uniform, they're still like, well, you still Kanya from Yo TV.
Yeah,
so it was hard.
struggle to be seen as an
Yes,
adult
so it
almost.
was really hard.
And then obviously
with
if
that.
it's not that, it's you're just pretty.
Yes.
It's these pretty girls that
It's
get
like,
all
oh,
the
that's why you got the role.
Yeah.
And then, but luckily, like you said, I have acted in a lot of dramas, so I have gotten a chance to prove myself playing different parts. So I think everyone knows now that, no, it's not just because I'm pretty.
What's it been like growing up in the spotlight, having that component of your life where you're always scrutinized and you're growing up and your mistakes and your trial and errors are aired for everybody to see, and everybody they get to have a live commentary on your life.
I
basically.
think I've dealt with it way better now, but when I started, I remember from matric to varsity, when I got to varsity, everyone was like, oh, there's that Yo TV girl. And you know, in varsity, that's when you kind of get into like experimenting with who you are and just the kind of person
Pushing
you
the
are.
boundaries,
So people were just like, oh, there's that Yo TV girl. So I actually felt more scrutinized in varsity than ever. Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
And how are you enjoying Isidingo, the role you play on Isidingo?
I
Apiwe?
love playing Apiwe. Apiwe just goes through different phases where she's like innocent, then she's like pow. So she's very sassy. She reminds me a lot of me, actually, of myself. So I'm really enjoying her. She right now, she had like a love story going on with Obakeng. So yeah, this was hectic. This was so much fun. So I'm really enjoying playing Apiwe.
You definitely look like you love what you do. I mean, your
really
whole
do.
face lights up when you speak about all the characters that you play.
So sweet. Thank you so much for coming. We're so in love with having you here. We're going to see what everyone has to say
What was
online.
your favourite show growing up, and what did you love most about it?
Yeah.
I loved Disney's Cartoon Cafe, which was on Yo TV before I got on Yo TV. That's what actually made me say, I want to get on that.
Amazing. So, of course, our guests are from Yo TV, Hectic 99 Tube. I love the Wild Room. I just thought of that now. I just remembered it. What were some of your favourite memories from these shows? Let's have a look and see what you've had to say. Bongani says, Cici, Carly and Saifo, the best presenters of all time from Yo TV. Used to watch them every day from my creche and primary days. Used to watch Power Rangers all the time. Oh yeah, I loved Power Rangers. Then Villa says, I'm not watching, but I hope it's Ayanda some more from Hectic 900. That's my favourite dudes at and from East London. And then Akona says, wow, I can't wait to see them. I love them. They're my favourite presenters. Ayanda, I love you, darling. You've got that special feeling and that vibe of presenting. So inspiring and good role models to the world. Thank you so much. Keep your comments coming. Remember, all you need to do is visit our Facebook page, Afternoon Express. Over to you, Dan.
So coming up after the break on Afternoon Express, Clem and myself get making a delicious crumble. You don't want to miss it.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Good to have you back with us on Afternoon Express as we're getting cooking in the kitchen. And it's the sweet shows today. A whole bunch of throwbacks happening with all of our favourite child stars in the loft with us today. And so we're keeping it sweet in the kitchen too. Clem is making us a crumble.
Cool. So let's get straight into it. I'm using stone fruit because they're just in abundance right now. So I've got some flavor burst. We know flavor burst. Anything from Willie's is going to be delicious. So what I'm going to start doing, and maybe I should actually ask you.
Well, maybe I should ask you what a stone fruit is.
So really, really technical. Let me just first.
Look at that.
Practice.
Sure, hey?
It's a fruit that has a stone in the center.
Okay, so it's like a pup, but a big pup, you're calling it a stone
So
fruit.
can you give me an example of a couple of stone fruits?
A lychee?
No, actually not.
Oh, is it? Because the flesh is on the outside. Was it flesh? No! Nectarine?
Yes,
Okay.
Peach. I just want to leave you alone right now. Everybody can just look at that.
Guys, honestly, lychees are a stone fruit. They've got a little stone inside, don't they? But they've got a shell, I guess.
Or they'd be like, A is for apple, B is for banana.
That's why I ended up on TV, okay, guys? That's why I'm on TV.
All right, cool.
Just a pretty face.
So all I'm gonna do is real simple.
Yeah.
Pop the fruit inside our bowl, and you don't have to go like. You can obviously remove the stone, but you don't have to go one way up. I like a little combination of some cut face down, some cut facing up. You know, real cool.
So that you can kind of get some of the skins a little bit nice and crispy, some of the bottoms nice and crispy. Well,
exactly.
You know,
Well, yeah.
caramelized,
Exactly. It's all about texture again. So we're gonna make the crumble, which is so easy. In here, I've got some cake flour. I want to talk about these guys. Dan, Woody's have new biscuit dippers.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I mean, I think
Big ginger biscuit fan.
I think they've perfected the shape.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's perfect for dipping. Yeah, you can get half.
Because depending on the size of your cup, when it's round, sometimes it's just like it's not gonna like this. Like it's not going anywhere. So obviously, after years of research, they've worked out the ideal shape for a biscuit.
And also, I'm not the type of person that would dunk a whole biscuit in a thing and then bring out because your fingers get into the liquid. So it's nice to go half and then half again, which is awesome.
And of course, we spoke about last actually about Woolies. For the products that they're using, trying to move to 100% free range. So free range eggs are being used in this product.
Great.
And it's all butter.
Awesome. So it's got that nice creamy texture to it.
Exactly. So just going to break it up a little bit.
Only Clem can take a perfectly shaped biscuit and then turn it into crumbs afterwards anyway.
Thanks for all the hard work. Let me chop it up.
Cool, so you're hoing those in there.
So what this is going to do is, the crumble's quite easy. Normally the crumble is your flour, your butter, your oats, and a little bit of sugar.
But the butter's in there already, kind of.
Well, we're going to add more butter to it, but this is going to add some extra unique flavor and texture. So you can kind of, I'm using the ginger one right now, and you can think about ginger and stone fruit will go really well.
Wow.
So that's going to go in there. And then, oh, they got choc chip cookie ones as well. That's not going to work for the recipe.
Just keep that for later. Yeah, don't worry. When we have our coffee or when everyone's in the ad break, we're like dipping up.
And then I got some coconut ones. And again, super simple. I'm just going to break these up by hand.
That's a nice combination. But honestly, if you've got your own combinations, make them. Go and find all the different flavors and ranges and then play with your own sort of crumble flavors. But what Clem is trying to show you is that stone fruit, ginger, perfect together.
Absolutely. So I've got some nice dark brown sugar going in there.
Cool.
And I've got the oats. We're going back to the traditional recipe here.
Awesome.
And some extra cinnamon. Why not?
Yummy. What do you mean extra cinnamon? Where else is there cinnamon?
Well, no, sorry, we had the ginger. A little bit of cinnamon in the ginger biscuit. Dad, did you read the ingredient list?
Well, Clem, I was going to laugh at you. Everyone look at Clem.
Okay, well, there's a little bit of ginger in the cinnamon biscuit. Okay. Take my word for it, okay?
Great.
So, what I'm going to do now, so easy. Just get everything together. And you know...
they're all such dry ingredients. That's so interesting that they're managing to combine like that.
Yeah, and...
It's almost like making a dough.
It's quite strange because people expect it to come to be a dough, but it's not.
Oh, it smells good.
Does it? It's my new cologne.
No, it's the ginger and it's the cinnamon, sorry.
But the viewers didn't know that at home. So that's
what you want to smell like that every day.
Why not?
I don't know,
ginger biscuits?
Looks like you've been in the kitchen the whole day. Cool,
well,
so you hoy that into a dish or what?
And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to sprinkle this over. And the butter's in there. And it's going to go into the oven. I like letting it go for about half an hour. So you're going to get that beautiful crispy crumble on the top. Let me just move this out the way.
Is that what this is? Is that what this final dish is over here?
So it comes out looking like this. So what you can do now, right now, okay. So I'm thinking like you can use vanilla ice cream with this. I'm actually breaking it up a bit so you can see a bit of the fruit in there.
Yeah.
You can see it's gone like super jammy. Oh, look at that.
So the fruit itself adds the sort of moisture to the dish because all the rest of it is also almost like dry ingredients. So it's
Exactly.
that's delicious.
But the big thing is about texture
Crumbling.
and flavor. Exactly. Crunch is like one of the most satisfying textures in food ever. So you got the beautiful stewed fruit at the bottom, the crunch on top, and later on, Sonia's going to make something that would be perfect with this dish.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to wait and see what that is a little bit later on. But right now, if you want to get all the details for this crumble, all you have to do is SMS the keyword fruit to 33650. It'll cost you R1.50, and there's free SMSs don't apply. So send through those SMSs ASAP. Over to you, girls.
Welcome back. That looks absolutely delicious. Now, it's not easy growing up in the limelight, but Julisan Ra has taken it in her stride. Starring in her first show at the age of 9 in Pula and Friends, she soon joined the OTV cast as Cece, where she stayed for a long 8 years. And after venturing into radio hosting and building her own production company, 2017 marks her 20th anniversary in broadcasting.
Happy!
Wow.
Shine.
Seriously, how amazing.
Yeah. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you for
then you were
having
9 years old on a set. I mean, did you even know what you were doing? Because I remember the first set I was on, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
But we're just moving. We're just
I'm
making
just
it
gonna do
happen.
it, yeah.
I think I did have an understanding of it because I always loved drama, like Nikki Papa, all my life. I've been this forward child, and I understood the cameras and everything that was happening, and acting was something that was second nature to me. Like, I was always on the stage at school, so drama was second nature. Did I think it would end up on TV? I don't think so, but my mom says every time the taxi used to drive past the SABC, I'd be like, and when are you bringing me here? Like, when is this going to happen?
Wow.
And then it happened.
It's so funny. I get so many people saying, like grown-ups saying, oh,
Look
I
at
remember
you.
being watching
And
you
your
on
papa
TV when I was
did.
little. And then I remember watching you on TV, and you
Yeah.
were this little ball of energy, and you just didn't
fire.
stop. But you know what? You were so natural. It was easy to you. You were never presenting. You were just vibing, and you were
Thank
just having
you.
such a great time.
And that's what YoTV really taught us and what it was
Yeah.
all about, because there is no one else that can be you. And it was live, it was kids doing live TV.
I know,
That
how
is unheard
insane.
of.
Yeah.
It's not scripted. I mean, the only scripts we had was when we had to read promoted things and ads
Yeah.
and what
Yeah,
reads from clients and things like that. But other than that, it was, there's segment one, you're going to go interview the guest, and you're going into an ad break. The rest of it was just free-flowing, feel yourself, and that was the best 8 years of my life. Did
That's
every kind of
incredible.
format you can
But
think
what
of.
were those years like, really? I mean, I always think, because you're a superstar, and when you go to school, you are going to be treated differently,
Yes,
and kids
yeah.
are going to treat you
Yeah,
differently.
yeah.
So what was the reality of your life on TV?
So 9 years old, teased for my freckles and being on Pula and Friends. So it was Pula and Friends.
Yeah,
Pula
kids
and
tease
Friends.
you for
They
being on
tease
TV
you,
when you're on
exactly.
TV, yeah.
Then the transition came into high school, where it was more a thing of how do you choose your friends now, because you don't know who's there for you and who's there because you're on TV. And high school becomes a little meaner. So you get written behind bathroom doors, and I went to a girls' school. So the meanness is on
my
another
younger sister
level.
went to school with you, and
Yeah.
I used to come to swimming galas and see you do your thing. But you at school, you were also a fireball. You were
I
like
did
a
everything at
cheerleader.
school. I was like vice house captain, drama,
Yeah, I saw
tennis,
that.
softball, netball, TV, and academics. So I just did everything.
Wow.
And then going into varsity, it was just, as Kanya said in her interview, that you're becoming more of yourself. You're trying to figure out who am I really, but now you're trying to do it at the same time as I'm still the girl on TV. So people are just like, aren't you the girl on TV? And then others expect you to have a car and have all these things. I remember once being at a taxi rank in Bree in high school, and someone said to me, "Ooh, going to Hamang a taxi." And I thought to myself, I'm in grade
I'm in
11.
school.
What do you think I
Like,
should be
what's the
driving?
problem?
So there were those pressures of being on TV and what the expectations are. But I think through all of that, that's what's made me who I am. And 20 years deep, I think I did just fine.
Yeah, you did
great.
splendidly. And then you had your stint in the boardroom.
Yes.
Corporate. What was that environment like?
That was challenging because people then saw the young girl from Yo TV. So as opposed to being the young character and having to develop on TV series and people still seeing you as a Yo TV child, I was in boardrooms that people are like, but are you sure you're
But is
in the
this
right
real?
place, right? But it was also just amazing 4 years of my life. I spent a year at SBC1 in PR as well, and just learning the channel, learning how it works. Because for me, the bigger goal is really to understand behind the scenes, in front of, and then we own it all. So we're stopping just being faces who earn a call fee and then you go home.
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah.
And then what? So it was an amazing experience. But after losing my dad in 2012, I was just like, sure, are you doing what you love? You're good at it, but is it what you love? Because the way I lost my dad, if you don't mind me speaking about it, I mean, so my dad was a taxi owner and a mechanic as well, and on any given day, guys, he was under a car fixing the car. Any given day, I'd be bringing my report, he was under the car. And on this one day, unfortunately, the car lost its jack. The jack lost its balance, and he was crushed by the car and later died from his injuries in the hospital. But in all of that sadness and just the grief of it all, my dad loved cars, guys. Like, loved cars. And to me, it was the realization of, if this man can die doing what he loved, are you doing what you love? Right here, right now, are you happy? And that's when I just had a conversation with God, and I was like, you know what? Can we start making moves so that I can get to
And this
where
is
I
what
want?
you love.
And
This
this is what
space
I
you're in
love.
right
Television.
now.
This is what I love. This is what I'm made to do. And yeah, I stumbled upon it at age 9, but I found purpose in
But
it.
it's here to stay.
I
Well,
found
another
purpose.
thing that's been here to stay, which you found in the same space, is your long-lasting relationship. It's like weathered.
Why you gotta be
all
like
the
this?
years.
I only found out today that you guys were together.
you
He told me, and I was like, no way.
Yeah, it's the sweetest.
That is amazing.
We're good. We're nice. And that's all we're going to say about it.
You're obviously very
happy.
private about your relationship.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you allow people into your life as much as you want to. And when people ask you, how are you able to keep your relationship private? I don't post about it when I don't want to, or I don't post about it all the time. But at the same in the same breath, I don't think we should be judging those that do. It's your choice. It's really up to you. This is just how I've chosen to run my relationship, as you would put it, and it's worked out for me. I think we only did our first cover 4.5 years after we started dating. That's when people were like, you guys are together.
That cover, because I thought you guys were
Oh, that cover was terrible.
But you guys are so
I'm going to
cute,
Google it.
man.
I want to see this
And he's also
cover.
such a great guy. If he's watching, I think you're an
he's so lovely.
splendid human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And your shoe game.
Thank you. Thanks, baby. They're wonderful. I love them.
Thank you so much for coming through. You've got just the most amazing energy.
Thank
you so much for
Thank
being
you
here.
very much.
And we can't wait to see the Julisan Ra show.
Yay! You guys are the ones. I can't wait. You know, it's really hard to be in a space where you've been in an industry for so long and people are asking you, so when are you going to be on TV? When are you going to be on TV? What are you going to do? But I've reached the place where I'm just like, anything that I do has to have purpose, passion, and impact. And unless the show educates, empowers, or entertains and inspires, I'm not interested
Then
in
it's
doing
not-
it.
yeah.
So that's what my talk show is going to be about eventually. And then we'll be competing for ARs, you and I. But it'll be good competition. It'll be good competition.
We love competition.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look and see what you guys are saying online. So Ingrid says, I love Sade and Cece. My favourite show was Wild Room. Hashtag keep it wild. I remember
Wicked
running home
Wild.
from school. So was it Wiki Wiki Wild?
It was keep it, so Shade's saying was keep it wicked wild. I used to say, you know, and then Kanya and I used to say, keep it on a roll and out of control. Hey guys, we were young.
You guys were
boy.
amazing. I wanted
Hashtag
to
not
be
judging
you.
you right
I
now.
wanted to be you, and I was older than you.
So when I was watching Techniques How to the Beat, felt that way too.
Over to you, Danilo.
Loving all the comments. Keep them coming through on our Facebook page. Right in Afternoon Express as we do a throwback kind of Tuesday on the show today with our favorite child stars. And coming up after the break, I have my favorite human in the whole entire world. I get to sit him down on the couch right in Afternoon Express. Ayanda Makueni joins us in the loft. South Africa's sweetheart up next.
Afternoon Express is big on fashion and big on food. Follow us on Instagram to check out who wore what and find our mouth-watering recipe recaps so you can dress and dine the Afternoon Express way.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Warm welcome back to Afternoon Express on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Now, the youth entertainment show Hectic 99 played a very important part in shaping who I am today. But alongside me for the time that I was there was another man who shaped what the show itself is today. South Africa's cool kid, Ayanda Makueni, celebrates his 10 years of being with Hectic 99, which he has been on since the very start of the show. And just to give you a snippet of where this man's life started, take a look at the first ever episode of Hectic 99.
The world of fashion is growing so fast. So many trends start coming in. You know what? I'm so confused which trend to follow. Well, I don't know. But the trick is figuring out which trend suits you best.
That fro, yo! Hiya.
I don't like that footage. I think I should go onto YouTube and just delete it.
Yeah, all of the old footage of your first couple of days.
so
I thought the
different.
same, yeah.
Like the hair, even the jeans. Nowadays I wear like skinny jeans. They're becoming tighter and tighter as years go by.
I honestly, for me, it's like an honor sitting you down on our couch because, I mean...
Feels so great to be here.
Yeah.
I feel like doing a Tom Cruise jump, but no.
Why not? Why not?
Should I do it?
Why not? It's Ayanda Makueni, you're the cool kid. Yeah! Okay, all right. That's
I don't think Ginny or Bunny would like this.
Yeah, okay, but other guests...
Sorry, girls, where they at? Sorry about this.
Do you guys know why I'm crazy like I am? It's because this man shaped me for like the whole time that I was on Hectic 99. And it's an honor for me, honestly, because you and I have chatted so much behind the scenes of the show, and we spend a lot of our lives together working on Hectic 99, and you really took me under your wing to kind of, you know, grow me to the person that I am today. But 10 years of being on a youth entertainment show.
You know what? It feels like I started the show last year, like yesterday. Like 10 years has gone by so fast, eh? Like I remember my first audition for Hectic 99. Woo! They were like, who are you? I'm like, listen here, I am the new kid in the block. I'm here to change the face of television. Like I grew up watching CC and Kanya because I also wanted to be a Yo TV presenter. I saw myself presenting Wildroom, but thank goodness Hectic 99 was launched in Cape Town, and then I'm still here.
And it became the biggest youth entertainment show in the country, and it has run since then. And since day one, obviously, a lot about you has changed in that process. I mean, the person you are today is like not that Afro boy down there.
Back in the days, I was not too sure if I'm allowed to be myself. Because I grew up watching kids who were like very like a certain type, you know. I never thought that I was allowed to be who I am. As you saw my first episode, like those jeans
talking like
baggy,
a jock like this.
Like talking like, yeah, mate, you know, welcome back to Hectic 99, mate, you know, we love watching on SABC2. Then years later, I'm like, darling, you watching Zanzi's Kellis
TT,
you know, like, okay, I can be myself. But you know what, when I grew up, I was like, I want to be an actor. Like, I never thought I'd play myself. I like, I'll portray a character. But then I was like, so I'm allowed to be Ayanda. I can be fabulous. I can be Mzansi's darling. And nowadays, kids are inspired to be themselves, you know, because not everyone is a Danilo, not everyone is a Bunny or a Genie. There are kids out there who are like Ayandas and Somizis. And I think the platform Hectic 99 has given me and SABC2, they're like, just be yourself so you can inspire those kids who are willing to be themselves, you know, but they're afraid to come out. And then you are a living legend, you know.
Yeah, I love that because, I mean, a lot of people must still tweet you and find you online and message you and to share a bit of their journeys with you because it is such a scary space, I'm sure, to be out there to your parents and to see somebody else on the television who maybe is, you know, resonates with a part of who you are.
I didn't come out to my parents. Like, my parents knew already. I was this person, his flamboyance. And with my late dad, he supported who I am. And you know, growing up in the township, you have to understand, no one understands, like, if you're a certain type, if you're this flamboyant person. But my dad was like, let him be. He was born like this. I knew this kid. He was very young, and I saw that he was going to be like a flam. Woo, that picture.
Cute, man.
Oh, look at denim to denim, man. Look at that haircut, German cut.
Gin to gin.
So my dad accepted me, my family, because I didn't, you know, sat them down and said to them, I am this person. They knew already. But some people, they're willing to bring me down. They're like, how can you have a boy like this, X, Y, and Z? Ning, 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 ning. It's not allowed. And my dad was like, no. I am loving who he is. Can he just be himself, you know? And I thank God for that. And I'm so sad that he's not around to see me, you know, growing up to be the man that he wanted me to be. And you know what? He was not there to see me when I went to initiation school, because many said that Ayanda will not go to initiation school. In class, they call it Ugoluka. They're like, there's no way he's going to survive in the mountains. And guess what?
You did.
I came back, I was like, listen here.
Sure.
I am not going anywhere. I am here to stay. Oh, I love that camera. Am I looking good? My eyebrows are on fleek.
I love this kid so much, honestly, and everybody that works with this man always has so many cool things to say. And not too long ago, I got a chance to go back and a little bit of a throwback for my own journey to go and visit the Hectic 99 set, and here's what happened. Good afternoon, South Africa, and welcome to Hectic 99, the show that launched my career so many years back. And the man who mentored me, showed me everything that I know, Ayanda Makueni. We're here to find out what happens when the lights turn off, girl.
Dances, darling.
It's almost 10 years now that we've been on air, and the presenters that we were looking for is individuals. We have the funky girl, we have the funky boy, we've got the white boy, we've got the black boy, we've got all the different colors of South Africa. So for us to look for that individual person, it was hard to find, but the 7 that we got were the best that we have. And Ayanda Makueni was one of them. Bubbly personality, loud. I think you probably have to turn him like 5 dBs down.
Ayanda has gone through like this metamorphosis from the boy with the big hair and the dungarees to this very colorful person that he is now. Ayanda is the type of person that keeps the director on his toes.
I mean, you don't know what to expect with him. As soon as you open the door, you're like, oh, is that you, Ayanda? Oh, yes, it is you, Ayanda. Because literally, I think he changes his hairstyle more than I think the weather changes here in Cape Town.
Ayanda is quite the professional. No matter how he is, no matter how he's feeling, he always brings it. His energies are always right up there. He gets on so well with other presenters.
Oh wow, Ayanda Makueni, or Ayanda Jean-Paul Makueni as he calls himself. We started the journey off together and we're still here today. So I think, you know, it's that kind of synergy and that relationship kind of, it's like OGs that started it together, and yeah.
He also has the ability to remember things. When we go through our read-throughs, he's the only person that never carries a pen with him, but he'll always hit the right cues, always hit the right moments, and always has the right thing to say. Sometimes it can be a bit controversial, but all-round professional guy, good guy.
Ayanda is crazy. You guys do not understand. Like, the person you see on television, he is a diva, guys. He is a diva. Literally, he wants his makeup done in a particular way. He likes going for breakfast. He likes, anything that's got to do with glitz and glam. He'll literally, today, he saw me and I was like, oh, Aya, you look so nice. He's like, oh, wow, I wish I could say the same about you. Like, he has moments in life where you're just like, okay.
Describe Ayanda in one word: colorful.
Ayanda is crazy.
Fabulous.
Favorite? Fashionista.
Bubbly.
Legend. And I love him to bits.
Ayanda is who he is.
Uber.
Honestly, this man is who he is, and boy, oh boy, we love seeing him on our television screens.
I love my production company, hey?
Yeah.
You know, with Hectic 99, it's like an institution.
Yeah.
Like day one, I was doing like my post-grad, and now 10 years later, it's like I'm finally graduating, learning how to produce live television. Because I don't want to be just a presenter, because now I'm learning how to produce. Because now myself and Lauren will be producing Uber Mornings, you know.
Awesome.
And I'm learning that and how to write your own show. So I think Hectic 99 is a great platform to start your career.
You know, I'll ask you just now about like how youngsters can break into the industry, because you guys have seen it all. You've seen the worst and the best. I mean, yeah, you've seen it all. I know that. But listen, let's crack open a bit of your personal life, because I know my biggest thing that I've respected most about you is that you've had an incredibly hard personal life.
Oh, yes.
And I think a lot of youngsters don't necessarily get to see that side of you because you're this joyful, bubbly guy on the television. But
they don't know that I'm emotional.
You know, tell me about your parents and when you lost your father and what that did to you as a person.
Losing my parents in 2010 before I even went to initiation school, it was the most heartbreaking time for me. Because now I knew that I had to go to rehab, you know, for a month. And
for depression?
For depression. And the brand SABC2 and Hectic 9, and they're like, we can't lose Ayanda. Because let's pretend like he has disappeared. And if you find Ayanda, please let us know where exactly is he at. And they're like, because even the brand, they're like, Ayanda, you're not yourself. You're not coming to work dressed as Ayanda Makueni. You're wearing the same stuff. I didn't know of depression because I thought depression is for white people. black people depression, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
you might laugh about it, but it's a real thing.
It's a real thing. And I was there for a month, and thank goodness I had a good supporting background from my mom and the staff that I was working with, the colleagues and everyone that was supporting me. But depression, guys, is a really big thing. Even nowadays, there are days when I'm like, if only my dad was around. Because now I had to play a father figure to my younger siblings, my brother and my sister, and be there for my mom. And that's why I had to leave where I was staying and to be with my mom, because she's alone, and I have to provide for my family.
I remember there was a period of time that I arrived at work and you were sharing a bit of story with me off air before we went on this crazy live show. You were saying like how much you had to support your parents financially too, and how much that journey affected you. But listen, honestly, we could talk about this for years, and everyone's going to get to know you as you continue on the television screens. You're going to be here forever.
You guys will call
this
me.
man ain't going never.
When there's no CC and Kanya, a day in life with Ayanda Makueni.
He's comfortable on our couch. I promise you, this man's not going anywhere on national television. But quickly,
where's the desserts?
It's coming. Okay. Advice for young people wanting to break into the industry, because there were people like me who made it through the journey, and people who just came for those auditions who were like, oh hell. What does it take to make a good TV presenter?
Be yourself. Be yourself, because you are presenting live television. You know the camera doesn't lie at all. Because if you're trying to impersonate someone else, viewers will see. They'll bring you down. Just be who you are and train every single day. Because don't be a diva in this industry. We don't need divas. You have to understand how to be professional. And that's why I have lasted for 10 years. I think I have respected the cleaners at work, my directors, and everyone that is working around me, you know. Because people think I'm just a diva, but I had to understand the production side and not just rock up to work and not read the script. You have to be true to yourself and know who you are, and then bring what you have in you, because no one has what you have, only you.
Ayanda, I love this. It's so cool to have you with us on Afternoon Express. Honestly, South Africa, one of the kindest people I've known, and hopefully cracked open a brand new side to this man who is as dynamic as he is today. Over to you, Jeannie.
And of course, we did hear what he said. He wants the dessert. So we're going to be literally making him the best dessert ever. An ice cream cake.
A miso caramel cake.
Miso caramel cake. That's happening right after this. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, things are about to get really decadent in this kitchen alongside Sonia Edridge. Very, very saucy. And, of course, you have threatened to not burn down today's kitchen.
I'm going to try not to.
OK, so how do we get started with this ridiculously delicious recipe?
So we're going to make caramel.
Yeah.
So we get a bit of salati sugar here into the pan.
OK.
OK.
I love caramel. It is literally my weakness.
Okay, let's make sure we get everything out.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put a little bit of water in there.
Yeah.
No, that's a bit of cardboard. I'll get rid of it. It doesn't help the caramel.
Okay.
A little bit of water.
Water, sugar.
Yeah, water, sugar, and then we get it going.
Okay.
Okay. So what we want to try and do is start it on a medium heat, not hot, because you want to dissolve the sugar crystals into the water without it crystallizing. So you get it on a low heat, start melting it. And what we're going to do is normally it's just sugar, water, and then to turn it into caramel, you add a bit of cream into it once it's started to go caramel color. So it's, I'm trying to think of the temperature. I think it's 180 degrees.
Yeah.
It starts going
Sounds
sort of goldeny color. I don't use a thermometer, I just chuck it in. And then you take it off the heat and you put the cream in. Yeah. But we're going to add a little bit of a twist, because I don't know if you've seen on the menu, it says salted caramel everywhere.
Everything.
Everywhere, and it's divine. So instead of adding salt, we're going to add some miso.
Okay, now I don't understand exactly what miso is. Because, I mean, I've ordered miso soup before at Nation Restaurant, but what is that miso?
So this is the paste that you normally add to your miso soup. But there's different kinds of miso.
Okay.
So this is a white sweet miso. And the only difference is the fact that it's not fermented as long as the other ones.
Okay, but what is it?
This is a rice and soybean paste.
Okay.
Okay. So you get different ones. You get ones that are just soybean, you get some of the rice and soybean. And the main thing is this is not as fermented as long, and so it's not as salty. So it's about 9 months
Can I smell
fermented.
it? So it's just beans and rice that have been
fermented.
It smells caramelly already.
Yeah, so it kind of does lend itself to it. And you can have such fun with this miso. You can add it to salad dressings, you can add it to, like it goes really well with a slaw. Like, and, you know, you normally put like...
Oh, like a slaw with peanuts in it.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
really
you're there.
tasty. I'm
Okay.
picking up what you're throwing down, and it tastes amazing.
Okay, so you can sweet, savoury, but today I'm going to put it in a sweet thing. So you can see
Okay,
here...
that's already going.
That's going. So it's bubbling nicely, and the crystals are melting.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to move along a little bit. Here's one we made earlier.
Okay, but we haven't thrown in the cream or the miso into that.
We haven't.
Okay.
We've just got the caramel. So I'll just whack this on high.
Yeah.
And this will come up now. It's starting to go a little bit orange.
Yes.
So we want to get it, we want to get it a little bit more golden.
So I suppose with caramel, like most tasty treats like this, time is of the essence. It's
Time is
gotta
of
be
the
done
essence,
like a
and
science project.
when it turns very, very quickly, so it can burn. You've got to take it off the heat.
We don't want to ruin it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's still good. So the trick is you don't want to have it like a light maple syrup color. Then it's too sweet. It doesn't lose the sweetness. The darker it goes, it's actually less intense sugary, and it's more caramelly taste.
Great.
Okay, so it's almost there. You can see around there, that's the color we want to get all across. Okay, and so what you do is when you add this, it brings the temperature down. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to stir in that. It's going to bubble like mad. Don't get too worried.
Don't worry.
I'll
stay far away from you.
Whisk it in.
And now that's off the heat. Why?
Now
so
that's
that
off
the
the
bubbling
heat.
doesn't get too intense.
So the bubbling doesn't go because it can bubble up quite high. Okay. And then also you want to cool it down. So you want to bring the sugar temperature down, and then we add the miso into it. Okay.
Oh, that is amazing.
And then what it does, so it adds a slight burnt flavour, it adds a slight salty flavour, and this you can use for anything. Okay, so you can we're going to put on a cake today, but you can make sauce for your ice cream. You can dip your biscuits into it.
Yes.
It's just a wonderful.
Can the sauce keep?
Yes, absolutely. And so when it cools down, it'll harden slightly. You can pop it in the fridge, and then you can just zap it in the microwave, melt it, pour it over things. So should we grab that cake?
We can. Are we going to get started with the cake already?
Yeah, I think let's do it.
Ta-da.
Okay, ta-da. Take a few layers off. Do you want to get a spoon over there and we can lather this with some cream?
Oh, this is incredible. Okay, so any cake. We didn't even have to make the cake.
No. There's wonderful people
This is
here
my
that
kind
make
of
it.
baking.
Okay. This is your emergency Sunday. There's people
Clem made
coming
the
round.
cake.
So here's some lovely miso caramel that we had earlier, and we're just gonna.
Oh boy. This is so special.
You're going to do the next
Absolutely amazing.
layer.
I'm going to do the next layer, and while we carry on along with this, remember the keyword is salati. So all you have to do is SMS the keyword to 33650, and of course you will get all of this. SMSs cost R1.50 and T's and C's do apply. Yeah, let's have a look. I'll get a quick recap. Okay, I'm dying to do this.
Tip the sugar and then water into a saucepan and stir briefly. Bring the mixture to a boil and use a wet pastry brush to wash down any sugar crystals that form on the sides of the pan. When sugar becomes a deep golden brown and wisps of smoke just start to form, remove pan from heat. Once off the heat, carefully pour in cream, which will make the caramel bubble. Stir to combine. Whisk in the miso. Allow to cool slightly before pouring into a lidded container. For a list of ingredients and a link to the recipe, SMS Salati to 33650, R1.50 per SMS, no free SMSs apply. Visit afternoonexpress.co.za for more info. How cool to have all of our favorite stars from our childhoods, and oh my gosh, is it so cool to see all these comments coming through on Facebook. Everyone is loving all their favorite shows.
Yeah, I'm also loving it. And one thing I do want to add is that depression is not for white people only. It's available. It's also available for black people, Indians, coloureds, everybody.
Pink, orange. We'll be reading your comments and questions after the break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Afternoon Express on this terrible Tuesday with some of our favourite stars from childhood. And oh my gosh, we're having so much fun in the show. And obviously, we know where you guys are going in your careers at the moment. We haven't had a chance to catch up with all those child stars everyone's been mentioning online. Did you guys remember Carly Field, that she was on your TV?
Yes.
Where's she now?
Oh, I love Carly. She's got 2
is
kids.
a beautiful mother to 2 beautiful daughters. She is very focused and passionate about running at the moment. So you can follow her, Carly S. Fields. That's who she is on Instagram.
Another trending name was Sade. Sade Gilberti. She's in London now, isn't she?
Right. Sade is at one Sadie, Sadie on Instagram. She moved to London, I think it's been 2 years now. She just felt that it was time to challenge herself and to just explore new things in her career. So she's trying her hand at everything overseas. So follow her journey, and yeah, it's crazy intense to move your whole life from one place to another in an industry such as ours. So that's what she's up to.
Our bestie Mandisa.
Oh, she was my favorite.
What happened to her?
Mandisa is a mother to 3.
What is going on here?
I'm not sure of her Twitter handles and things like that, but her surname is now Mandisa Nakana Taylor. She's married, also lives in the UK, also presented shows over in the UK, came back for a little bit to South Africa and did a show on a competitor channel. But yeah, Mandisa Nakana Taylor.
That's the
Hit me off.
What's happening with Cypher?
What's his handle?
Cypher is just fine.
Cypher's in production. He has his own record label.
He has his record label in music, but he's also working at a broadcaster and studying as well. He's doing his final year in his BCom marketing.
Yes.
And he's doing just fine.
Listen, just a quick question. I mean, you guys are so inspiring, and you're such a great example to the youth out there. But so many child stars do fall by the wayside, and they do take an extremely difficult path, and it ends up. And what do you think happens in those instances, and how have you avoided?
Yeah, that's kind
those trippers.
No, you go first.
Because if I speak, I can go. Okay, you just want me to be the PR person, right? Yeah. Let me tell you guys. Let me move this a little bit so I can have space.
Don't break the
The honest truth is really, I think, the expectation of what people think you should be and who you want to be. It's bridging that gap where people get lost. Because now you're trying to drive the cars that people expect you to drive just because you're famous. You're trying to be seen at the parties that you want to be seen at just because you're famous. And at the essence of it all, I think the way I've managed to stay the way I am is because my family, never treated me differently. I had the right friends around me.
Exactly.
And as the years go by, I lose even more and more and more. And it's as it should be. So I think the people you surround yourself with, and just knowing that your things will come at the time that they're meant to come at. Stop comparing yourself, because
Also,
comparing yourself, you'll lose yourself.
Just to add to that, I think people's interests change over time as well. So yeah.
Absolutely. No, but you guys are so cool. What a cool show.
Tomorrow's midweek Afternoon Express cook along. So get ready and head over to afternoonexpress.co.za to get the recipe and the shopping list and cook along with us live in real time on air. We're making chicken chow mein.
Oh my gosh, we're also making these spring rolls with chocolate and banana. Stay tuned.
Why did you tomorrow?
Say the closing line.
No.
Say the closing line.
Uber.
Good night and happy eating.
Happy eating.
Another feel-good production.